Okay, welcome back to the Smash Sports YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by HeadKick Harry Shaw, fighting out of GB Top Team. First and foremost, mate, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah. All good. You well?
Yeah, not too bad. This is only my second interview, so bear, bear with me, mate. Um, but yeah, before we get onto the fight, I just want to say I did a little deep dive on your Instagram,
Mm.
and I bared witness to some of the biggest sausage rolls I think I've ever seen, and it said
Yes,
the
mate.
caption was something like, "This is how we get them done in the Shaw household." Is that a staple at home for you?
It's yeah, we're a big food household, mate. So yeah, we've always gone pretty big on the food, the barbecues, Christmas dinners,
Mm.
all sorts. Yeah. Dad's a pretty good cook. I'm not too bad myself. Yeah. We like we like the food. Yeah. But no, I know exactly which post you're on about.
Yeah.
Years back, that. Yeah.
So that leads me on to what were the cheat meals like after Cage Warriors?
Yeah, no, good, mate. So, to be fair, like on the way back home, because we drove back at the same night, so my missus she drove us back, and so I got like standard sort of like crap one, but I spent about 20 quid at McDonald's on the way home, um, and that's like okay, and then went out for a roast the next day, and
Mm.
then I went to Black Cactus Barbecue in London on Saturday just gone. So that was with my brother-in-law. So he can put away some food, I can put away some food, and it's like some of the best barbecue food you've ever had. So yeah, that was that
Ooh,
was the that was the proper one.
good, good. Last thing before we get on to talking about the fight, since signing for Cage Warriors, how has like your life changed? How has your training changed, or has it pretty much stayed the same?
It stays the same. Obviously, there's like signing for Cage Warriors. It makes you feel a bit more. It's a bit more professional. You know, there's nothing wrong with like the regional scene. You got to sort of start somewhere, but I felt like a real good like sense of duty to go out there and perform well and professionally. So
Mm.
I think if anything, it doesn't really change my training much. I've always been pretty good with the training. I never really leave any like stones unturned when it comes to training for any fight. Um, but in terms of just the whole aura and feeling around Cage Warriors when you're there, sort of like the way the show runs. Obviously, you've got all like the UFC logos and stuff in the back, which makes it
Yeah.
feel pretty cool. But everything there, just in comparison to what I fought on before, it just runs like clockwork. And so, it's cool. You're getting also you're getting things like paid for. You're getting like your travel paid for. You're getting put up in like a nice hotel room. You're
Mm.
getting buses to a venue and all this sort of stuff, and it all just runs very well. It all feels quite professional. And then so when you're there, you want to you feel like a professional, and then
Mm.
it makes you want to perform like a professional as well. Carry yourself in that way the whole time. So hasn't changed the training much, but I think in terms of like a mindset it really makes you want to perform, which is good for me. I think I'm always a little bit better when I get a bit of stress and some pressure.
When the
So
stakes are higher.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
My head hates it, but my body starts doing some cool shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
it starts
Cool.
starts locking in pretty well. So yeah, it's all good.
How do you and your coaches think you performed in your last fight?
Yeah, they said it was a good like clean performance. I didn't really get touched, so
No.
certainly are a couple of things we can work on. But yeah, generally they just said yeah, it was a good, clean, measured performance. I didn't. I mean, that was kind of it what they were saying. And then if you sort of like getting like my own thoughts, I've sort of like analysed it quite a lot. But yeah, good, clean, measured, and I felt I probably could have like tried chasing the finish a little bit more, but the guy was
Ooh,
it was tough as anything. So he ate
yeah.
some shots, took some shots, and but he was pretty strong as well. Like the grappling felt really strong, and there's a point in the third round where I'm starting to like put it on him a bit, and he clipped me with a shot, and you sort of watch me sort of like wobble a little bit, and so that sort of brought me back, just like, no, mate, don't overexert yourself, don't do anything stupid. And
Yeah.
so um, just kept taking what he was giving me, really. And that was, because it was up to him to make something happen, really, because I think I was
Yeah.
definitely up. in the rounds and all that sort of stuff. It was up to him to make something happen. I was just putting the pressure on and just sort of waiting for him to do something that I could capitalise on, whilst giving him a little bit of pressure and with a few strikes and whatever. But he didn't really do much, so it was sort of hard to, particularly in the last round, it was kind of hard to make a fight out of something that wasn't engaging.
Yeah.
But yeah, but hey, like the guy though, Steph, man, he's proper sound. Yeah, we had a good chat and everything at the end, and like it was all like good, proper respectful. You know, he weighed in on weight, I weighed in on weight, even at the weigh-ins. You know, we're smiling, we're laughing, we're chatting, all that sort of stuff. So it was a really good. I like that.
Yeah,
you know, it was a good sort of just, you know, respectful martial arts competition. You know, and it was good.
I think I done my picks. I normally do my picks for the cards. But I thought I had you down to TKO him in the second round. I think I underestimated. I don't think it was anything on your side. I think I underestimated his chin, because if you're called head kick Harry, like your opponent's training for the head kicks and you're still landing them. I'm sitting there watching it like you had your warning, you know. But yeah, honestly, obviously he did catch you, and like you said, he's a very strong opponent. But I really didn't see that going the distance, to be honest. No disrespect to him at all. And obviously I've got a newfound respect for him for sticking in there the whole way and taking you the distance.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was super tough. But yeah, I mean, I think also, you know, a lot in my amateur career, I can understand why you said about the second round finish, because it sort of takes me that one round to sort of download and see what they're doing and all that sort of stuff. And then usually in the second round, I start to pick it up a bit with everything that I've downloaded from the first.
Yeah.
And then that's usually when the finishes come. Yeah, I've got a fair few second round finishes. But yeah, no, I thought, oh mate, yeah, I freaking cracked him some shots, and he was like, just ate them.
He was honestly, it was really surprising. Maybe we need to change the nickname to Computer, since you downloaded the information in the first. But yeah. So talking about nicknames, where did the nickname? I don't even need to ask. After that's the first time I've watched you live, but I've seen a few of your fights, and I thought, where did the nickname Head Kick come from?
It was in the gym, so it wasn't GB. So I've only been with GB for the last year and a half. Before that, I was with a team called Apex Army MMA, which is run by Adam Amersinger. He used to fight in Cage Warriors. You know, he was like title challenger and all of that. But and so yeah, so he's running Apex Army. So I still go down there occasionally. But then before that, we had NFM, which was run by Adam's older brother, Dean Amersinger. Have you heard of him? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so he heads up like the UFC Performance Institute in Shanghai now. But so obviously he left and then Adam took over. But when he was coaching us, so this was years ago, this is probably, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, whatever now. Yeah, I caught a lot of people with a head kick. I think I probably wobbled everyone in the gym with it. So I've always had a decent high kick. So yeah, I've always had a pretty good one. I think I've caught pretty much anyone that I've sparred with or whatever. I've always caught with a head kick. I've got a good one. So yeah, and that's where head kick came from. And then I never really so they're all calling me Head Kick Harry in the gym, sort of unofficially. Like I said, that was about 10 years ago, and I sort of, you know, I didn't like walk out with it or anything like that. And then I've got a PT business, and I've called that Head Kick Martial Arts. And then obviously Cage Warriors, they asked for like, you know, have you got a nickname? And I was like, yeah, Head Kick. And I've not walked out to it or anything. So yeah, I wanted to walk out to, you know, head Kick Harry Shaw. So yeah, because I've always been called it. Yeah, it's a cool one as well, and it's like one of the ones you sort of pick up in the gym, and it sort of sticks. Yeah, high kick Harry, head kick Harry. Yeah, and they're all calling me that from quite a young age. Yeah, so sort of started from there really.
It's a good one. Obviously, talking about your moving over to GB Top Team. Did you say in the last year or couple of years you made the move over to GB Top Team? What is like your favorite things about training in a bigger gym?
It's the bodies you get. So and super high level as well. You've got guys on, Cage Warriors, Aries, PFL, UFC, Bellator, like, it's endless there. So sort of like the levels and everything you're getting, it's the old sort of saying, like how, like, iron sharpens iron sort of stuff, not to be cliche or anything, but it does. So
Yeah.
yeah. So going there, obviously, like, the facility's crazy. You've got a lot of space as well. When you're in maybe some of the smaller gyms that haven't got as much money or whatever, sometimes the gyms are a little bit smaller. You're sort of struggling for space, so you can't always make the best use of maybe let's say some good footwork or whatever. But they've got a cage, they've got a lot of mat space, a lot of really good guys, and you can really let all your skills go with a place like that. But you've got wrestlers that can will wrestle fuck you. You've got strikers that will kick your head off. You've got all sorts and everything in between. So
Yeah.
you get to adapt your style to so many other different bodies, and so in terms of like the preparation you're getting for high level competition, it's the best I've ever had. So just come on like leaps and bounds in my game since I've been there. So
perfect. Moving back onto like the fighting rather than the training side of things, will we see Harry Shaw again this year making the Cage Warriors walk?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the November 15th card. I think there's a week after that as well, as somewhere up in Newcastle, and so I'm hoping to get on one of those. I'm hoping to. I'd like to compete. Unfortunately, it's always been a bit not back and forth, stop start. Sorry, with my career. Whether it's been injuries and then COVID and more injuries and all that sort of stuff. Just been plagued with injuries sort of my whole career. I'm much better at sort of managing stuff now, but I'd really like to get some stuff going because I'd obviously other than the fight last week, I hadn't fought since August last year, and that was all just to do with I had a pretty bad injury, so I had to rehab that, and then I had just a nightmare getting matched up over like the first 9 months of the year. Just absolute nightmare. I had like a lot of pull-outs. I got injured. It was just a nightmare. And so but first I tried to fight like 3 times before this already, and just haven't. So it's just a bit unfortunate. But so I'd love to get out there at least in November. That would be good. Keep the momentum going.
Where do you see yourself exactly from this date? Because hopefully, if I can, we'll do this again October 1st next year. Where do you see yourself in dead on a year's time?
A lot of head kick finishes.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Wait. We'll see. It's always a hard sort of prediction to make, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm not really one of those people that's just like, I'm going to steamroll everyone. I'm going to knock everyone out. It's no, I'm not really like that. So just sort of taking each fight as it comes, really, and seeing where we go. It's just taking each fight as it comes, prepping for that. We win that, we go on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. We'll see where we get to. So I'm looking forward to it, though. It's a good step up in competition. That's exactly what I wanted. There's plenty of good guys on the regional scene, but when you've got a roster that Cage Warriors have, I'm looking forward to testing myself on a platform like that with the caliber of guys that they have. So very much looking forward to it, and we'll see where we get to. Yeah.
Okay. Perfectly. Well, finally, then, do you have any training partners, teammates, coaches, sponsors, your own company? Don't forget that one that you want to shout out.
Well, so obviously the 3 people in the back on the photo. Brad Pickett, head coach at GB. Obviously, coming all the way up to Manchester, calling me. Thank you, Carl Mitchell, the guy to the right of me. He's a long-time striking coach where I learned the head kick from. Long-time striking coach, and obviously Nick Bagley to the right of Carl. He wasn't supposed to be cornering me that night, and gave up his whole Saturday to. Because he was supposed to be cornered. He cornered on the Friday with one of the other guys from GB, but he gave up his whole Saturday and a bit of his Sunday to corner me. So big shout out to him as well. Obviously, there's loads of training partners at GB. It's hard to sort of name everyone. My obviously my my PT business. So if you're in sort of like the Berkshire sort of area, operate out of Maidenhead. If you want to learn some cool shit, hit me up. Or if you just want it for fitness purposes, self defense, that sort of stuff, yeah, give me a shout. And then last one, just had a new sponsor on board, but that's Zeers Therapy in Windsor. So they offer a lot of things like massage and just general therapy to help you get through training camps, injuries. I think they've got like a team of physios on board, all that sort of stuff. So I've just had them on board, and so I'm looking forward to working with them and keeping my body pretty much in tip-top condition for all the future fights. Yeah.
Perfect, mate. Thanks very much for giving me a little bit of your time, and hopefully we can put something together next year around this time, and we'll see how many head kick finishes you've added to your resume.
Yeah, sweet, mate. Yeah, sounds good, mate.
Take care.
All right, nice one, mate. Cheers.